Alright, we are live with another edition of Far Beyond the Foundry. I do not have my camera active today because I have a long-term job with my regular job. And I went ahead and cleaned up on my last free day. So I'll be putting up the backdrop again, get that all set up for the weekend. But for tonight, I really wanted to get a stream in. That being said, I am a little bit behind on my anniversary project. As you can see, I have to go to the 40 year, but I have 68% done. I do need to get a little bit more done. I have plenty of time, but it's not good to waste time. Where did it go? There it goes. Get all the system. So we are going to do an Omega run on my Klingon. It is the last one I have to do tonight. I have gotten all the space drones on the ground. Deep Space Nine space. So we are going to try to do a Klingon mission in the Alpha Quadrant. Nope, don't need to talk to you now. I need to stabilize Omega particles. Now, last character I did this on, I got timed out pretty quick, and we'll see if we have the timer bug. And I get locked out. It's misaligned. I'm not too sure why they can't make a mini game that doesn't lag out. I mean, obviously it's still making a lot of calls. It's not that graphically intense, and then the bleep, it's just not good. I think the bleep lagged it out seriously. Now I don't have a top end system, but this is not a top end thing. I mean, so we'll go to the Drozana system and get my next one. Borgenkirchen Q. Now, one good thing about being on the Klingon side is the fact that you don't have to go do Andoria ground. The most pointless, worthless, useless social area they don't have to go to. They really need to do, do something with Andoria. They get rid of Memory Alpha, which actually served a point, and then they keep Andoria. It's beginning to lag out. But at least it didn't just drop the time either. That was good. Maybe I'll listen to Welcome to Drozana again. Doesn't know if you're coming or going.
Welcome to Drozana. You're cleared for docking. We have everything you need for sorting. And a few days that you leave it go?
Yes.
We'll find it all here. And don't forget the 77th rule of acquisition. If you break it, I'll charge you for it.
Usually just skips all that when you do that, but apparently today's my unlucky day. I know it probably would have been good enough, and I'm just going to do this anyway and have to do it again. I like to get it right the first time. That's the main thing. In case anyone is actually out there, does anybody know of any 3D software modeling programs that still do spline modeling? I was a good spline modeler. I was okay with primitives and booleans and Bryce, and that's, you know, all we had back, you know, when we had bear clubs and bearskins and stone clubs. But I really liked spline modeling. I've always been good with, you know, a side or a side, front, and top view. It's just always been my thing. And that's the only way to do with my funny way my eyes work. Be quiet and let me travel to where this stuff is at. Point away from the big glowing thing. Hopefully that'll help with my lag issues. Usually doesn't, but Yay! Talk to Q. Just the lithium, sir. And now we will go forth and find our actual idea for the day somewhere to go far beyond the Foundry. It would be nice if Bajor was a Klingon door. I'm not too sure they're actually in the Alpha Quadrant. Well, there's a new featured mission. I haven't played it. Let's go do that. Why not? With every new season or expansion, all Foundry missions, including this one, are at risk of acquiring bugs. If you find a bug... Oh. Sent to investigate an alarming incident in the Delta Quadrant, the flyer and her crew are unexpectedly drawn into a desperate search for the last of a legendary cohort. This starts in the Turret system in the Delta Quadrant. I hope I can do this. Let's try. It's marked as being relayed from the USS Voyager in the Delta Quadrant. Visual. Master Kelly, am I catching you at a bad time? No, Commander. How are things in the Delta Quadrant? They're starting to get exciting again, and I don't mean it in a good way. That's why I've contacted you, actually. Admiral Tuvok has requested you personally for an assignment in the Delta Quadrant. It seems that you made quite an impression during Operation Delta Rising. He says you're one of the few captains he would trust to deal with the recent developments out here. Put me through the Admiral. Unfortunately, Admiral Tuvok's not available at the moment, Dahar Master. He's gone to the Gentle Dyson Sphere to confer with intelligent representatives from Starfleet and our allies. He has authorized me to brief you on your assignment in his place. It actually started in the middle of the Vodwar crisis. That's when Intel began picking up chatter from Herodian hunting packs about a highly sought-after prey, which they call the Game Changer. We have no idea who or what this Game Changer is, only that it's gone to attain legendary status among the Herodian for being exceptionally elusive, and as far as they're aware, one of a kind. It is safe to say that any hunting clan ever manages to take this Game Changer down, they immediately become one of the most respected and powerful clans in all of Herodian society. What does that have to do with us? Till recently, not much. Even after the Vodwar menace was neutralized, the Herodian quest for this Game Changer has been little more than curiosity. Then the real Game Changer happened. According to the Turret, a massive unidentified convoy of warships suddenly came roaring through underspace. Headed straight for the region where the Herodian are hunting, and soon they began attacking any hunting parties they encountered. So now the Herodian have unwanted competition for their prize. And whoever they are, they mean business. The Turret patrol captain who encountered the convoy said the ships were armed to the teeth, and they could have overrun the entire Marconia sector if they wanted to. Unfortunately, he couldn't identify them. The Turret had never encountered ships of that configuration before. So what you seem to have here is an unknown alien force aggressively pursuing an unknown alien life form for an unknown purpose. And though since the Herodian operate in our region of Delta Quadrant 2, they're also an unknown, but a highly significant chance that this man is spelling over here. Which, as I take it, is where we come in. That's correct, Dahar Master. You're to proceed the Turret system and pick up the patrol captain I mentioned, a fellow named Darlos. He'll guide you through the underspace to the point where the convoy exited. Simply put, we need you to find out who these other aliens are and what they want with the Game Changer, and if possible, to persuade both sides to keep their hunt away from our region of the quadrant. We just finished dealing with one First Order menace to these parts. The last thing we need is another one. Best of luck, Dahar Master. Voyager out. So we're going to Turret in the Delta Quadrant. I think I can get there. So as I fly there, what I'm probably going to do is go ahead and get myself up a refreshing beverage. I have been a little sick and my throat really could use the help. I have a Delta Quadrant? I do. Well, then let's just take it. Forget about transwarp sometimes. I'm so used to flying everywhere. That and this character doesn't have good transwarp cooldowns. I'm probably now locked out for a while. Ture system, Ture. So it's going to be far enough down. I'll be okay. I'll still get my refreshing beverage. There it is. That's a long way down. Alright, well, I'm going to go ahead and set it up for the big trip there. I'm going to go ahead and hit the transfer or the slipstream. I'm still going to get my refreshing beverage. Because she doesn't have that great of an engine either. So I'll be right back. Enjoy the slipstream. I am back. I have my refreshing beverage. I have a Diet Barks. I drink Diet Barks, or as it is known in Lotra land, Bark Zero. I'm surprised it's not been called that yet, but it's good. I don't mind checking out the new featured mission. I was the one begging for new featured missions. I was so proud when I had mine featured. That's on the other side, of course. Transport room. Darlos is beamed aboard, Captain. As security escort him to the bridge. Pilot, stand by to enter underspace when he arrives. Every time I read that, I think we're going to encounter space drow. So far, it seems very well written, but very, very long-winded. I hope that doesn't continue. I don't want to spend all day here. Oh, nice. It's loud. Thank you for dealing with this matter so promptly, Dahar Master Kelly. As much as it pains me to ask for your assistance, in this case, I could not see any other choice. The entire Ture space fleet would have been no match for that convoy. As you've seen for yourself, our Avoth allies have proven to be less than reliable. What awaits us beyond the underspace? We'll be emerging near the fourth planet of the Kamari system, 93 light years from Turay. Like most systems near an underspaced Underdark, I'm going to do it. Terminus, Kamari was once ruled by the Vadwar at the height of their power, so we'll have to watch out for Vadwar, who escaped there after Gaul's defeat. The Vothoths will visit this region frequently, so they say it's for scientific expeditions. It's the Borg I'm most worried about, though. A few other nearby systems the Vadwar abandoned have since been assimilated into the collective. If the Erosion are stupid enough to go hunting there, we can handle the Borg if we have to. Captains, if my readings are correct, we're approaching the terminus. Take us through. I notice more and more of us are using these really great transitional moments. We'll give it a boost. Perform long-range sensor sweep. Multiple Herosian vessels in orbit around Kamari 4, Captain, and several more inbound. I don't have time for their hunt. Their lead ship is hailing us. Pray, and in smaller numbers this time. You will make good practice until our prize shows itself again. I thought we were allies. I am aware of your people's alliance with some of our hunting clans against the Vadwar. My clan was not part of that agreement. The Vadwar had not returned to this region for centuries until you defeated them. Some of their survivors escaped to the planet below. But with few ships and no shipyards, they invited us to hunt any aliens who intruded into their system. Aliens like you. What about whole fleets of alien vessels? Enough talk. Let the hunt begin. Yeah, we were never going to get any information out of Herosian. Might as well ask the sun not to rise. Oh, they're all here. Wunderbar. So it's a double strength. Looks like ensign and lieutenant. I guess if you have the capability to take the heat off of you, it's okay. This would be a little harder on Angela. She's got an escort. Those Herosian reinforcements are now entering the system, Captain. There's also another group of vessels inbound at high warp, but they're not Herosian. The ships register on sensors as... Wait, this can't be right. They're Herosian and Jem'Hadar. Oh, we could sit back and watch, but I have this thing where I like to blow stuff up in my blow 'em up video games. They're probably reskinned Klingon vessels. Let's find out. No, they're Benthan. Ha ha ha, it's cute. The Dominion, what are they doing in this quadrant? Darlos, do those ships match the ones you counted in the underspace? Yes, they do. They only account for a small fraction of that convoy. And after what they just did to those Herosian, if this is part of an invasion force, our quadrant doesn't stand a chance, with or without you and your allies. So we know how the Dominion fleet got here. The question now is why. Captain, 2 Dominion vessels have emerged from the battle zone and are approaching our position. Good. We need answers, and we soon will have them. Talk to the Jem'Hadar Dreadnought. These Herodian, so unpleasant, aren't they? And that's not even taking to what they're doing into account. Haroon, don't tell me you got lost on your way back to the Gamma Quadrant. Forgive me, Dahar Master. It seems to me that you have mistaken me for my predecessor, who is still active, by the way, or at least he was a year ago when I was activated and placed in charge of this most sacred of missions. Only a god could allow such a humble servant as myself to be in 2 places at once. The Founders are as benevolent as they are wise. So you don't remember the incident at Deep Space Nine? Not firsthand, no. Luckily, my colleague in charge of our soldiers was there, and she told me all about it during our long voyage out here, including my predecessor and you. Well, Dahar Master Kelly, and this task force embarked on our mission a year ago. I thought I was prepared to encounter anything and anyone, but I must admit you were the last person I expected to find. You do have a knack for getting lost on long missions, don't you? Indeed. When I returned to the Dominion, I was already many years behind the times, so the Founders, in their wisdom, realized that by sending me, they would not have to place the same burden on any other Vorta, except for Iran, of course. So why are you doing this far from home? We're here because the Founders sent us here, of course. Ask a stupid Dominion question, you'll get a stupid Dominion answer. But rest assured, they didn't commit to such a considerable undertaking on a mere whim. Ordinarily, they have no interest in this region of the galaxy. Indeed, the only Dominion representative that's ever come out this way is the Founder sent here as a mere infant from the Link decades ago. She is the reason we have come out all this way. She's out here, Dahar Master Kelly, and we have reason to believe she's in trouble. The Founder here in the Delta Quadrant. She must mean one of the 100, Captain. A group of changelings scattered across the galaxy as infants in the last century. Odo, Deep Space Nine security chief during the Dominion War years, was one of them, but he returned to the Great Link after the war. The rest were thought to have made their way to the new link we encountered last year on Orius 3, or at least that's what our friend Neiman suggested. What makes you think this Founder is in danger? Once we picked up our pod signal again, we could have left her to continue on her journey as planned. But then we began receiving alarm signals indicating that an impact followed by an attempt to force the pod open from the outside. Someone had attempted to kidnap the Founder. Even though this all happened 8 years ago, we owed it to her and to all Founders to locate her and bring her home, or at least to find out what became of her. That's why we're here to mark out. Dahar Master Kelly. We located the pod. We did, almost as soon as we emerged from this underspace. A lot of talking. But Dolores is here, so it makes sense. The pod had crash landed on the planet below. We found it and had survived mostly attacked, but it was empty, and indeed it had been opened part way. At first we thought those Vardwar on the surface might have taken her, but our searches and scans turned up no trace of the Flounder, or any remains of one in their camp or anywhere else on the surface. It would seem that she had left the planet long before they had arrived. Our task force then scattered across the sector and began to search every planet, moon, and asteroid, comet, liquor store, casino, in search of our lost god. Imagine how shocking it was to learn that she's now being hunted like some wild beast by these Herodian. And I thought the Federation was arrogant merely to have kept one as a prisoner. Be glad none of them have reported a kill. Not yet anyway, Captain. I'm picking up new chatter over Herodian frequencies coming from a system 3 light years from here. Possible game-changer sighting. Apparently there is a significant Voth presence in the system too. They could meet in battle at any time if they haven't already. Regardless, do you know anything about the system? It's the Prelnar system. Only the 5th planet is habitable, and the Voth have been tearing it apart for years. Don't ask me why. If this founder of yours is there, the Hirogen aren't going to get to it easily, but neither are you. Perhaps, but I won't rest until she is back in the Great Link where she belongs. I'd hoped you wouldn't say that, Aaron. You sound like you're volunteering to assist our search efforts, the Heartmaster. An extra ship and crew would be most helpful indeed. And the sooner we find our god, the sooner we can be on our way home. He does have a point, Captain. If aiding our own search gets him and his task force out of Delta Quadrant, I believe it may be worthwhile. It would also be a gesture of cooperation, one that could strengthen our relations with the Dominion going forward. Ah, the Dominion. Resume this attachment's rearranged search pattern until further notice. I will take the attack frigate to accompany the flyer on its search. Very well, Aaron. May the Founder guide you toward her quickly and safely. This ship's first report's ready to get underway. I take it you have no other ships near the Prelmar system? We did search Prelmar shortly after we arrived in this squadron, but all we found there were those Voth, and they weren't very pleasant either. Still, I must admit, I do admire their devotion to that doctrine of theirs. So much like the Jem'Hadar and their undying loyalty to the Founders. Alright, let's go to the Prelnar system. We are going to do this on map. Pretty good map so far. I mean, you know, lots of stuff to do. We are warping out. Oh, we're just going to stay on the map? I'm going to keep all my buddies? Oh, sweet. Thank you. As I suspected, Captain, the battle has begun. A large Hirogen hunting pack is attacking the Voss support fleet. Neither side seems to have spotted us yet, or they don't care. So apparently we get to just watch the fight from the distance. Looks like one side decidedly won. Captain, we do still have a recording of changeling life signs from Moriaris. I've programmed our sensors. Begin your scans. A possible match. It's a similar morphogenic signature to the other changelings we've encountered, but very faint. It barely registers on sensors at all. In likelihood, either our changeling has been here and gone already, or somehow left a bit of herself behind, or she's still down there but in poor health. The only way now for sure is to go down there. This signature is coming from one of several surface locations the Voth are excavating. We can expect battle if we go near the site. Alright. Obviously we've got to go down. So I got to take my bridge monies. Ugh. As an aside, the phrase bridge bunnies comes from the transfer of the Macross saga into what we know as Robotech. Bridge bunnies were the group of all-female personnel that manned the CIC of the superdimensional fortress under the command of Captain Global. Delta Force. Tricorders, yeah. Gee, my tricorder is sure spiky. The morphogenic reading is definitely stronger down here, but I can't still point it. To do so, we'll need to scan 2 other locations of the worksite and then triangulate. Alright. Talk to the first. Alright, here's the plan. Your science officer proposal is sound. 2 of my squads will head toward the perimeter and engage any of these Voth that we encounter. Yeah, we'll take the middle path. Very well, Dahar Master. You should know that these soldiers are not like the other Jem'Hadar you've encountered before. Only a few of us have been with the task force for our entire voyage from Dominion space. Most were bred aboard our ships while en route, and have not been trained in the use of Kartakan polearms or subspace mines. Alright. Klopla. I guess this is the middle route. Sure is behaving weird. Not too sure why Zeri went down. Maybe I didn't give her items back after or something. Well, shouldn't have done that. She's okay. She's not great, but she shouldn't have been punked either. Okay, we've done our job. We've scanned for life signs. Or we've cleared the middle road. I'm sorry. So now it's time to scan. And we really have to go to both places because obviously we're not allowed to scan. Wow, okay, Zeri went down smooth and easy again, and our Jem'Hadar allies were worthless. These appear to be core sampling devices, Captain. The Voth must be interested in studying the soil here. Just to get rid of them. Oh my god. Alright, let's go scan the other area. Well, if we don't have to fight him, I don't want to. Well, we're probably going to have to because I think my Jem'Hadar came over here and didn't do jack or over here either. Okay, they're not fighting for some reason. I don't know why. My gun's firing kind of at a slow rate. I'm not too sure if this is the fault of STO or if this is the fault of the mission. I don't know. Tricore scan. The Voth appear to be doing something to this to dry out the topsoil. Probably take it easier to make it easier to dig and take samples. All these trees have deep roots to have survived that. There's very little other vegetation on the surface. We've got the coordinates feeding your tricorder now. Alright. Yeah, all of my allies just disappeared. I really hope that they weren't necessary to defeat all the Voth around here. Oh, come on. Yeah, my guys aren't fighting anything. They're just staying around getting killed. But in all honesty, the Voth aren't like lighting it up either. This is weird. Erosion ambush! Dear Lord. The erosion must have slipped past the Voth and waited for us to find the morphogenic signature. If they only knew it wasn't even the changeling, just a trace. She's been here all right, but left before we got here, or she's been captured by the Voth. Yeah, reinforcements incoming. Return to beam out site. Well, they're not willing to fight, and I'm not willing to fight, and so I want to just run. Run! Well, at least the Jem'Hadar are fighting here. I'm not too sure if that's actually a plus or a minus. I think they just all got wiped out and now we're dead. Oh, they've got medics over there. Nice. We've got all the dinosaurs, but they've got the medics. Oh, they just beamed out. This is just an extra dinosaur, I guess. Well fought for Klingon and their allies. My remaining men have been shrouded. If we are to attack again while waiting here, that will give us the advantage. Alright. Let's beam back to the ship. The game changer's on the move. According to Hirogen comms, the life form they're hunting was spotted entering towards a nebula just 2 light years here from here. Alright, so the changeling might be a Cosmozoan. Alright. Those look like the Voth have won it again. I am not exactly wanting to... Ah, that's fine. We can just warp out. Darlis, what can you tell us about this nebula? Not much. It's called the Gorivan Nebula. We've charted it, but never sent a ship inside. High radiation. Make it lethal to Turi and penetrable by sensors. But Borg are just beyond it. Well, we'll modulate the shields, but the sensors will be bad. There's a significant gravity well originating from somewhere within the nebula. Its source is somewhere ahead into port. Alright. Resonance pulse, okay. I'm getting something. It appears to be a rogue planet, the only dense, massive, significant size within the nebula. Approach it slowly. Okay. Anything to leach out more far beyond the Foundry time, huh? Scan the planet's surface. What do you want first, Captain? The good news or the bad? The bad news. The planet is completely assimilated. And the good news? Oh, this is a Class A planet. It's great. Except for all the Borg. All right. You've what? Alright, let's go save the Jem'Hadar and the Changeling and the Borg and the Herosian and the Voth and the Federation and the Romulan Republic and Stormreach, Middle Earth. And the North Atlantic. Oh, and Alpha Centauri. Every other game I've played. Come on, let's do it. Let's do it for everybody. Huzzah! Oh, you switched your side. I can get direct access to Kitty. She goes, well, you have direct access to the kitty, and I have direct access to the bites. Captain, weapons fire. So much for escaping the Borg. Right. Join the battle. I probably actually don't have any... Why am I shooting the Jem'Hadar? Oh, they've been Borgified, Jem'Hadar? I don't know. Maybe 7 of 9's collective friends. They're from the cooperative. Speak with cooperative Jem'Hadar. Okay, they're pissed at the Jem'Hadar for maybe exposing them to the collective. Do you have a name? There's a Foundry here on this planet. I had not expected ever again to encounter one of them either. My old devotion to the Founders stirs within me for the first time since assimilation. Perhaps I could serve them here one more time. So this is... there. So, talk to the Jem'Hadar and cooperative to stop fighting. Alright, let's go. Free the Founder! Alright, so we've convinced them. So we've convinced them. Oh, I'm just skipping some of this. It's just getting painful now. So we've come up with a plan to assault the main base. Well, it looks like I really have to fight anything. I would rather not. Oh, there's a lot of fighting over here. How are we supposed to get there through all those Borg? I do have a Borg thing, dealy. Locate correct entrance. I have no idea what that means. Alright, apparently there's a bunch of entrances I have to scan. I found it! Yay! That was quick! Hooray for me! Alright. And you can count on you and the Jemadar to handle the Borg. Our founder needs us, and I'm afraid there's no time. Yeah, you're an idiot. Alright, let's find the morphogenic signature. Alright, let's scan the Borg node. Okay. Analyze scan results. We can't use this node. How many nodes do we need access? One's all we need, but 4 will suffice. Okay, fine. Well, that node's not nodey. Here's a node. We've killed them. Maybe the shields are down on these group. Or maybe they're just there for looks. Yeah, this is not getting a knock on me too. I hate this. Fight all the Borg. This was annoying in the storyline missions. It's annoying now. Oh, of course. Oh, wait. That's our friends. Never mind. I guess we should have ran forward more boldly. Teach me to not boldly go. We're getting close, but we still gotta go do one more pod. All right. You've helped us. Now they're going to send reinforcements. We need to work fast. Captain, look at these Borg. The viral agent appears to having no effect, or having effect. Keep moving. A bluegill ravager. A Vadwar. Strange liquid. Rakajino in a jar, it's cute. Alright, we're going to disrupt the cells to get the changeling out. Alright, wait. Wait. And now the changeling is right behind us. You are the first solids I've encountered who let me out of a cage instead of trying to put me in one. Who are you? We're Klingons. Well, the first one to try to capture me was the Iria, or called me Iria. We're going to take you home. So, it is true, the game changer is here and you brought us right to us. She is our prey, leave her to us. If you do not wish to, what? Iris, where'd she go? She's vanished. I don't understand. I was walking right beside her. Why won't my grenade go off? And 300 reinforcements. I'm never any pleased with this. Founder. Alright, talk to Iris. He called me Founder and he seemed to be quite pleased to die for me. Why? Kulikar fought for his god and he fought as well as any of us and he gave his life for victory. Kulikar was my friend. I will miss him. I'm so relieved and glad to see that you're safe after all these years away. Why do you call me Founder? She doesn't know anything about the Dominion. And yet she knew the Jem'Hadar were here waiting shrouded, behind the Hirogen. She knew instinctively that she could trust them to fight alongside them. For you, Iria, though you may not realize that you are a god. Alright. What? I don't? What is this ally you spoke of? Is what he says true? It is. Well, she doesn't quite believe it. It's glorious up here. 5 to beam up. Alright. Not really meaning to rush this, but I am just getting sick. I appreciate being able to do this. But this is also, I don't know, I'm being told, I'm not being shown. That's the biggest problem I have with a lot of these big, grand things, is that I'm being told, I'm not being shown. STO is an adventure game. And while it's not a mindless adventure game, it is also a game where you do not want to read a pocketbook novel. I can appreciate some of the writing that goes into this, but to sit here and have to read it out loud. Alright, let's talk some more, because that's what this game is, talk. Alright. Borg and Hirogen. And you pop into it in fight range without your ships. Not nice to the carrier captains. And then, of course, the other problem is always big battles. For some reason, everybody wants to simulate 88 on 88. Alright, Loris. Iran has her aboard his ship, and her name's Irsa. Alright. Let's follow Aaron out. Area wishes to explain it to yourself. Alright, let's escape. Alright, Area, what do you want? I don't want to go with these people. I just don't, I don't want to be a goddess. Where do you want to go instead? Far from where the Hirogen are. Well, that sounds good. Once the Hirogen find out where you are, they won't respect underspace restrictions to reach you any more than these Jemadar did. Anywhere you go in the quadrant, their mayhem will follow. You sure they won't have that, nor will the rest of the Delta Alliance. Now can you take me to the Klingon Empire? Okay, so we want area to Urla area. I'm sorry, I'm having difficulty reading that. Alright, we're going to flash forward. We're going to bring the link to her, so I assume that we're going to have a detention, Dominion contingent come out and link with her. I like the idea of flash forward, though. That was a good idea. Alright, the flyers traversed all 4 quadrants of the galaxy in the past 2 weeks. We have gone through the space to the Genola Dyson sphere and to the Founder's wormhole. We beamed down together. And somebody is joining them. So, yeah, somebody's going to come and meet them. Loris. Oh, where is everybody? There they are. All right. I did an okay job of trying to make sure you knew who they were talking to without really making sure that they copied him. So Odo is going to link with her and convince her to join the link. That's a pretty decent effect. Huh. Die another good day. That's cute. Looks like he's really trying to do a couple of really, yeah, that's really neat. Okay, so he likes his bond stuff. Oh, cute. That's cute. All right. So none of them have been spotlighted. He's asking us to do it. I really can't believe AJ Stoner hasn't. He's done a couple of good ones. I hear good things. Oh, Johnny Snowball. We did a really great one of his a couple of months back. Yeah, I would really have to recommend Johnny Snowball. All right. I'm going to give it 4 stars. I thought it was pretty good. Really, that's all I have to say about it. It's a really good mission, and if you have the time to play for it and read it at your own pace, I would say it is well worth an afternoon. That being said, as far as my own personal opinions, this was a very reedy mission, and I'm not sure that it's necessarily one I personally will repeat. This is definitely a good mission to, set aside some time, play once through, and enjoy. I'm not too sure I would make it any kind of a regular rotation, as it were. And that's probably the only knock I can make on it. However, since it is spotlighted, we made quite a bit of dilithium, which I really didn't need on this character. And of course the energy credits, which I always need. I am always energy credit poor. The author has a great use of maps. He definitely follows in my philosophy of not wasting map transitions. Every single map had a couple of things to do on it. You didn't think that you were wasting your time transitioning. As a matter of fact, other than once, I really didn't even notice myself transitioning. I really didn't. I thought this was really well done. Play it, guys. Play it at least once if you've got the time. Anyway, this has been Far Beyond the Foundry, and I wish everybody peace, and may you boldly go. One more look at the bridge bunnies as we beam out. Good night.